Bonjour, goedemorgen, and welcome to the border between France and Belgium. Yep, I'm on the North Sea coast and you can see the French flag behind me, but also if you look in this direction, all of this is Belgium. And over the next 4 days I intend to walk all the way from France to the Netherlands along the Belgian coast. That's just under 50 miles and there's plenty to distract us along the way, so we better get going. The border takes a great deal of interest around here as well. Everybody's stopping off. Hello, how are you? And apparently these little wooden markers were actually here from 1819. A lot of people are expressing some interest about how you could have been stopped crossing the border on the beach. But in any event, this is it. The most westerly point of Belgium, and I believe the most northern part of France as well. So of geographical importance to both countries. The actual border point was hidden by this very brave group, I think, of Belgian hikers, but actually this is the exact marker stone of the border. As we head now into Belgium, let's say goodbye to France before we've really even said hello. You can see right in the distance the industrial areas of Dunkirk, so you can see well into France, and it's a reminder to me of the challenge ahead. I love this coast. I've been here many times and I've always wanted to walk its length to discover more about the sites and to understand its development as well, and I've never had the opportunity. Travelling the No gives me that chance and I'm going to grab it with both hands. Well, I'm already getting puffed and I've only gone about half a mile, but I think what you really appreciate on this coastline is simply the breadth of the beaches. I mean, look here from the dunes on the right hand side all the way along these beautiful sandy beaches to the North Sea. Definitely looks very different to the North Sea from an English perspective. Have you noticed the peace and tranquility? I've walked around about 400-500 meters from the border and there's nobody on the beach. There's a few people cycling, and in the distance I can see one lady, yes, one lady who's sunbathing and obviously going to get a lovely tan. But it really is a paradise all to yourselves, and also the seabirds. Hear the birds everywhere. This is surely what I should be doing, biking. That's what everyone does in Belgium and the Netherlands, isn't it? Except Philip, of course. I go for a massive walk. And here is the first monument we come to, and this is simply known sculpture, or is it? It's known as the Westerpunt, the most westerly point. Let's go and take a closer look. I think I can make out some steps. Tourist information promises that you will enjoy the serenity, look at natural scenery and listen to the rustling of the waves and find peace on this unique staircase. Well, the design is inspired by Confucius and it symbolises the road is the destination. As it is a circular shape, you can continue your walk effortlessly, round and round and round if you like as well. It's a lazy staircase forming a loop. Apparently the time to visit is during high tide, because then part of the monument is submerged, but you can still go around it. That also just gives you an indication of how far the sand reaches out at low tide here in Belgium. Also, as you swing around, you see this rather beautiful natural reserve of sand dunes, all looking very green at the moment and worth visiting. Another detour from my planned journey. There's only a couple of people on the bridge and sadly I'm disturbing their serenity with my commentary, but it really is a stunning view, and you can see just about half a mile back there France, so there still is a long way to go. But if we turn to the sea as well, it must be around about 60-70 miles to Dover, so my walk to Knokke is a little bit shorter. So we have Ilya from Antwerpen, but you're here in Panne today for a particular reason.
Yes, because I have a job interview today in a school. Yeah.
So you're going to move from Antwerp to the coast?
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the
if I get accepted,
I'm
then.
sure you will. Very different, city and beach. What do you like about Panne, or are you scared about coming here?
No, I'm not scared about coming here, because actually I already lived here when I was small. But then my parents moved to the inland, to Antwerp. So now I actually want to come back to my roots.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm walking all the way to the Netherlands. It's a long way to go. But you told me off camera this is the best beach along the whole coast. Any point me carrying on? And why do you like it so much?
Because it's less touristy here, I think. The beach is very wide, as you can see, and because of the dunes, which are right behind. You can spend all day in the dunes if you want. It's really beautiful.
So are you telling me there's no point for me to walk all the way to
No,
Knokke and the
no,
Dutch
no,
border?
no. You'll see other nice stuff
But you're not.
along the way. Along the coastline, you'll see different statues of multiple Belgian kings. The first one is right here in the Panne. And then I know in Newport you'll see Albert the First, who is also a king from the First World War. Very important to see. On the border with the Netherlands, you have another very beautiful natural park, Oostduinkerke. So there's many more things to see.
What about food? What should I eat along the way?
Frietjes.
Frietjes.
Frietjes, yeah.
Chips.
Met stofvleessaus.
Which sauce?
Stofvleessaus.
Stolvlees sauce. What
Yes,
does that mean?
typical Flemish dish. It's meat, slow cooked in a brown sauce
Okay.
with beer as well. Just go to frituur.
Any frituur.
Yes, any frituur and just ask frietjes met stofvleessaus.
Alstublieft.
Ja, alstublieft.
That means please, right?
Yeah.
And there are so many pretty houses up and down the coast. We'll see more of those as we proceed up towards Knokke. Sadly, we can't get into this complex of buildings because it's private, but it's called the Fishers Village, and it does look ever so quaint and pretty, with beautiful pathways through the dunes to the beach as well. Isn't that pretty? I've already been here a couple of hours and I'm only about a kilometre from the French border, and this is my first major detour, the Natuurreservaat, sorry to my Belgian friends, de Westhoek, and this is really an amazing group of sand dunes. I've got to see it, so let's go take a look. There's over 400 species of plants growing here in the Westhoek. That includes moss, liverwort and lichen, or is it lichen? These are lime grass dunes, and they're highly subject to the influences of the wind, the shifting sand and the pounding seawater. Which is it? Philip of Arabia or Philippe de Belgique or Philip van België? Out België? Not sure. Anyhow, basically, you know, shucks. I told you at the beginning of the film, this really should have been my intro. Anyhow, welcome to Travel in the Know. My journey along the Belgian coast started over 5 hours ago, and yet I'm still in De Panne, the border town. But I can't really leave before I introduce you to this terribly important, dashing gentleman behind me. This, ladies and gentlemen, is King Leopold I, and he was the first reigning monarch of Belgium. In 1830, Belgium achieved independence from the Netherlands, and naturally the country needed a king. Several candidates were considered, and Leopold, who we see here, was asked in 1831 to become king of the new state. He was quite wise because he'd already been offered the Kingdom of Greece but turned it down the previous year as he felt it was too precarious. But this was a role he thought he could take on. The then Prince Leopold of Saxon-Coburg-Gotha arrived at Calais by ship from England, and then he rode from Dunkirk over the beach that we walked this morning to De Panne, and this is the point at which he actually took the oath to become monarch of all Belgium. Mind you, what has King Leopold got to do with an octopus, and one that looks like it's actually connected to the mains? No idea. If you know, let me know in the comments. And anyone up for grilled octopus this evening? Time to bid farewell to King Leopold I and make some progress down this coastal walk. If I don't, I've got no chance of achieving this walk in 4 days. I thought it was going to be so easy, yet it's late afternoon and I've hardly made any progress at all. The sun is still quite strong as well, so I'm going to wear my cap and protect the back of my neck, but it's a beautiful afternoon. I'm really enjoying the walk. Now you can see that there are really blocks of apartments, just row after row of apartments, and this is true pretty much along the whole of the developed Belgian coast. Well, that's 33,000 steps today, and I've reached Oostduinkerke. Now, that's not as far as I'd anticipated to get, but I think it's reasonable for one day, and I will, I think, make it all the way to the Netherlands in 4 days. Hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you have, you know what to do. Like it, and then please subscribe and ding the bell for notifications. And we'll be back with the next instalment of this walk very, very soon. Goodbye. Tot ziens, tot straks.